when you're in that on that wave and the confidence, you know, especially on the doubles, that's where it counts. And Mensah's just not messing around. I mean, 4 out of 4 he was on that double 14. So I've got a feeling he may leave that as much as he can. But just a quick mention that the game before, Joey Cullen, what a great performance.
I just said at the outset, I mean, these two have got a really tough task following that, because that was brilliant, wasn't it?
Well, do you know what? From the start this afternoon, we have seen brilliant darts in every single match.
Yeah.
You know, we say, darts, can it get any better? Well, certainly it's getting more and more players that can top the 100 average.
And, well, we mentioned Van Gerwen there, averaged over 111 in that defeat, and it happened to Barney as well. We got 111.06 or something, and it wasn't enough.
No, I mean, he missed a 152. Joe Cullen takes out 125. He left 40, I think. Joey Cullen takes out 100, 2 darts, and all of a sudden you think you're in a good position, and all of a sudden you're 2 legs down.
Yeah, and Cullen as well. I mean, he was 6 from 7 on his doubles at one stage. That dipped towards the end. He inevitably got a little bit edgy towards the end, but, you know, 6-2 against Chizzy, 6-2 against Barney. He will be a real difficult proposition. Could have a very, very good run. Already is having a good run. He will face the winner of this one, by the way, Suljovic and King, facing Cullen, or the winner of this match facing Cullen tonight.
99.
Quarterfinals from 7 o'clock. Do not miss that. This is the final match of the 3rd round.
Yes, and I think out of the 2 that wins this, Joe will
60.
have a harder match against Mensah. Because of the little bit of the slow play. Joe is not going to be used to that. He won't know what to do on the stage. Admittedly, May can just go out and play his own game, like he has been. There's 2 in for Mensah.
140.
However, I think he will have a harder task against Mensah.
Mervyn King, the defending champion here in Sindelfingen, winning the European Grand Prix 2014.
140.
Started off the defence of his title with that win over Jeffrey Desvan yesterday, 6-2. King was clinical at times in that.
Well, 17 for tops for Suljovic for the first leg in 15 darts. The double top it is. And that's not good news for Mervyn King when he's pinning that first dart, because he's just carrying on where he left off yesterday.
Yeah, and he's not a one-trick pony with the doubles either. He loves the double 14, but he's more than capable elsewhere as well. But yeah, it really came to him yesterday, didn't it? The double 14, especially 4 times he took it out. And it's just a great security blanket to have, isn't it? When you can almost rely on it.
100.
But he was well, bouncing around outside afterwards, wasn't he? He was just full of beans, and clearly he's in a very, very good place right now.
It's a wonderful place to be in. It's when you just come off the top of that, it's how you bounce back. Because whether it be next week, next month, even next year, you will have dips. Everybody does. But it is how you bounce back.
100.
That's a sign of the times. Even Mensah there is shaking his head at 100.
60.
Well, 2 trebles here from Mensah could put him in a good place as well. I think that one has just snuck in, hasn't it?
125.
Yes, it did. Not quite down to a finish yet, but King still has work to do here.
Well, if you wonder why Mensah Suljovic has got the grip that he's got, it came from, he actually had dartitis. He was a soft tip player, and he had the dart in his fingertips, and he got dartitis. And to get rid of that, he just gripped the dart as it is today, and started playing steel tip and not look back.
So he sort of arcs the middle finger over the top of the barrel.
85.
That's what he's doing here.
It's kind of in the middle of his hand and not in the fingertips, isn't it? You know, the fingertips are the things that, like with Mervyn King, thumb and forefinger are the very top of the thumb and forefinger are the last things that release the dart. Well, with Suljovic, it looks like the whole hand kind of lets go of the dart at the same time.
Yeah, Suljovic As we have seen plenty of him doing, he's biding his time here, just taking a very measured approach, although he's found a 3 with his first dart there. So 68 left.
43.
And that will be 20 double 14, I suspect.
I believe so. Let's see if he gets a chance.
And he might not.
Game shot.
And Mervyn King, he was well adrift at one stage in that.
Leg Mentor to throw first.
But that's a very, very...
Well, the slow play...
finale.
Sorry, Rob, the slow play of Mentor is not going to affect Mervyn King. He's been around too long. He'll just, you know, stroll about on the stage, wasting extra seconds, Mervyn, while Mentor's throwing. It won't affect Merv at all.
$49.
I wish I'd looked at the 180s market in the Joe Cullen match beforehand as well, just from a purely, you know, research perspective.
39.
Unbelievable.
13 in total.
I mean, we've always known Joe's been a decent player for a long time. You know, he has been a few years.
96.
But not to the calibre he's played. You know, everyone's capable of throwing that one game. The class comes out whether you can back it up, and Joey Cullen's backed it up. And it really has come out of nowhere, to be quite honest. And hopefully he'll carry on with it.
So the quarter-final lineup almost complete. James Wade, the number 3 seed, will start things off tonight against Jelle Klaassen. Kim Huybrechts is up against Michael Smith. Huybrechts had a real task on his hand against Steve Beaton earlier today. Peter Wright against Ian White, the 3rd of tonight's quarters.
140.
And then Cullen against the winner of this one.
$45.
Suljovic started his campaign here this weekend with a 6-4 win over Mark Barilli. Before that win over Van Gerwen.
100.
Barilli was level at 4-4 at one stage in that one as well.
Revenue report 116.
Well, Mervyn King took out 114 in the previous leg. He's going to get a dart at the double top again to take a 2-1 lead and a break throw. And double top it is. 2 ton-plus finishes on the trot for Mervyn King.
For Mervyn to throw first.
Crucially, the breaker throw.
Well, I said the slow play, although I have to say Mensah has not taken his time as much as he did against Michael yesterday.
And Mervyn King is just slipping into gear nicely here.
I'm so surprised that we haven't seen anyone have a dart, the double for the 9 darter, because there's so many players that are playing well capable the way they're playing of having a real good poke at it. But very surprised.
Still time for that, wouldn't it?
Yes, no doubt we'll probably have it before the end of the night. Maybe worth having a little flutter on that 9 darter. So many players playing really well. Even James Wade's hitting a lot of 180s now.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a 140 king.
137.
Well, we've already had 2 10 darters today. Joey Cullen missed double 18 for a 10. I don't think Mervyn will go for the bullseye. Not normally the player would do that, but
60. Revenue require 50.
I'm not going to guarantee anything this weekend. It's 18. Oh, double 18. Oh, double 7. Wow, really?
Very, very versatile stuff from Mervyn King, and Mensah Suljovic, the conqueror of Michael Van Gerwen, is just all of a sudden looking a little bit subdued here. We could be on course actually for a repeat of last year's final. King beat Michael Smith 6-5 in the showdown at the end of the 2014 European Grand Prix. King likes it here because he also reached the final of the German Masters when it was held here in 2013 as well. He lost 6-5 to Steve Beaton in the final that year. Also made the final of the Dutch Masters last year too, so he's got a bit of European pedigree, has Merv.
He kind of sneaks in on the blind side, doesn't he? You know, we don't actually over-talk about Mervyn King, and he just grinds results out, gets up there, does his job very quietly, and he's doing a very good professional job on Mensah Suljovic up until now.
140.
And Mervyn King's another person that's changed his darts. He used to have darts with some real funny undulations, not more than grooves. And he went from like a gold set to a silver set, and then back to a black set, and now he's changed his darts to a complete straight barrel with just a few grooves up in.
100.
Mentioned his European pedigree. He hasn't gone beyond the quarters in any European Tour event this year. He made the last 8 in Gibraltar, Venray, and in Mulheim last month as well. And I think his biggest paycheck this year remains the 10 grand he got for reaching the quarters of the UK Open as well. Beat Gary Anderson in the UK Open. 9-8.
100.
But still work to do here for King. Doesn't want another one of those, so sets it up nicely indeed.
141.
For tops for a 4-1 lead. Suljovic needs this.
Yes, at the moment it's a very good performance from Mervyn King. Double top after 12 darts, but Mensah Suljovic might have something to say about that. Now it's double 18. And just when you thought that Mervyn King was going to turn the screw and start to run away with the match, the gentle Mensah Suljovic takes out the one. 47. 141, sorry.
Well, the gentle coming up with a very brutal check out there. 141. That's just breathed a bit of life into him, and it's got the crowd going as well.
It has, yes.
He just needed some sort of shot in the arm, yeah.
Yes, he did, to get a bit of noise out of the crowd, because he feeds off of that.
140.
And there was a bit of venom in that final dart as well. Such a wide open lineup in the quarterfinals as well. It's really difficult to predict a winner, irrespective of who wins this one.
100.
Well, whoever wins it, it's certainly going to help their rankings. And if Joe Cullen wins it, it could push him into the Europeans, perhaps. Or it'll be very close.
Yeah, Dan Dawson was rattling through the permutations. There are plenty of them as well. But I suppose Cullen can't really be too distracted by that. He's just got to get on with the here and now, and
55.
I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash, as they say.
Yes, I don't think he possibly even realises yet.
Mervyn King with his second 180 of the match. Gets him down to 58 on his throw.
And another tournament, we're on to 175 180s, and another tournament that certainly will go over the 200 barrier.
Yeah. Double 10 then for Merv.
Game shot and a 6 flag.
And he gets his cushion back in.